Hello and welcome to the Tuesday Tell All. My name is Bobby Fazio. This is the Driver Interviews with Bobby Fazio channel. And it's Tuesday already. And some people say it's raining where they are. Some people are saying it's hot where they are. Some people are getting ready for a hurricane where they are. Fortunately, where I am, it is like 65 degrees. I actually got a sweatshirt on today. Got the windows open, airing the house out. So I'm pretty excited about it. But be careful wherever you are out there. I know my sister is down in Florida nowadays and a little worried. I know they're going to get hit pretty hard, they're saying. So be careful where you are. It's affecting our race schedule this weekend too, as you probably all know, and it slightly affected the end of our race schedule from last weekend. So anyways, good to have everybody in here. There he is. Let's go. Happy Tuesday, Walt Walker. Oh, Walt Walker. Heading to his final round. He's got to finish it at Dallas, though. More on that in a little bit. Bruce Fulper, final round, Walt. Go get him. Joseph Eustace, greetings from rain-soaked North Carolina. Raining there. All right, we got Fast Eddie in the house. Fast Eddie. Oh, Fast Eddie was in the bracket finals this past weekend, and he really made us proud. He was only one round away. Tom Baker, there he is. Let's go, Tom. What's going on? There's the other Tom. Tom Gent, how you doing, Tom? North Carolina, Tom. Hopefully Tom Gent's not rain-soaked right now. Jimmy Carter is in the house. What's going on, Jimmy? How you doing? Saw Jimmy at the Nationals at Maple Grove last week. Darian Houston, Motorsports. What's going on, Darian Houston? How you doing? Ernie Neal the second. Ernie Neal. I can't believe what Ernie Neal posted today, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about it, but if you want to see it, go look at Ernie Neal II's Facebook page. It's freaking mind-boggling. Craziness, because somebody is just, crazy and mad that Ernie Neal is going fast at Indy. Anyways, Ennett Morris, be careful, Ernie. Ennett Morris, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining us. Scott Cott from Central Michigan. Tigers rule. Tigers are pretty cool, but I'm a big Wildcats fan. And if you can figure out the difference between Wildcats and Tigers, I'm all ears. Justin Graham, how you doing? Put your dial on the correct window. Seemed to be the Tulsa theme. I did hear that, right? Oh, Tulsa. Which side's the tower on, man? You know what? Just write it on all north, south, east, and west at this point. That way you can't screw it up. Dan Wally's in the house. What's going on, Dan? Dan wasn't at the Nationals this weekend or last weekend. He was missed. Dan, hope all is well. Terry Nolan, there he is with that beautiful Chevy too. Bill Marshall's in the house from up in Long Island, I believe. Bill Marshall. How you doing, buddy? Dan Peterson. Man, the comments are just flying in. All right. I'm glad everybody's here. What was the last one to come in? Dan Peterson. How you doing, Dan Peterson? Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Appreciate that. My goodness. I don't know. I was trying to keep tonight short. I had a long day at work. I feel like my throat's getting a little bit sore. Is anybody else, getting that? I hate that when that stuff starts coming on because it makes me nervous that something, I don't feel like being sick for a couple days, but I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll drink some tea. Of course, I got no water. I got no water. I got a little smidge left in this one. Driverinterviews.com is the website. If you need a shirt, if you want to sponsor the show, if you want to like and subscribe, I really appreciate that. Driverinterviews.com takes you to the YouTube channel. Also, it'll flash up in front of your face, and all you got to do is just click on it. At Driver Interviews on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Use them all, like them all, share them all. Lupe Tortilla, originallupetortilla.com in Houston, Beaumont, College Station, and Katy, Texas. Thank you, Lupe Tortilla. Hope to see them in a couple weeks at Dallas, where I'll see Walt Walker win his final round. Hope it just didn't jinx him. DragInsights.com. Check out your stats. Check out your opponent's stats. Check out the new feature, the watch list. I love it. Add some racers to your watch list, right? You won't have to go search for them every time you go in. As soon as you're in on your home page, as soon as you log in, you'll see your stuff, obviously, but you got your watch list right there. You can just click on those racers really quickly. If you want to go check them out, they could be friends, they could be relatives, they could be enemies. Keep your enemies closer, right? So new features always come in Drag Insights. Obviously, you still got the AHFS tool, track your combo, which I've had to do all year in 2 different classes and combos. So it's pretty cool to, it tells you how fast you need to go in order to save an average. And it tells you, if your average is safe or not. So it's pretty cool. Don Kennedy Race Car Insurance, 602-284-6240 or 1donkennedy@gmail.com. Don can get you set up with some race car insurance, right? Policies are written through Haggerty Insurance, not some fly-by-night like I used to use when I was in college. It's not the General, all right? This is Haggerty Insurance. So you can sleep at night, if something actually does go wrong. It is nuts. I'm telling you. All right, so how about Ernie Neal the second? Okay, going really fast as he's been doing in Superstock in the Caprice Superstock P Automatic. So Ernie Neal, father son, they've always been really really fast, and you can we can debate about AHFS being on or off at Indy all year. People argue that. It seems like the consensus is to have it off, though. More people seem to show up when it's off. So that gives Ernie the option of going, I don't know, 150, 160 under in Superstock. I guess like the number one spot, or at least the number one, definitely the number one spot in Superstock P Automatic. Somebody's unhappy about that he keeps going that fast, and has made threats on his family. He and his family. All right. So if anybody knows anything here and maybe can help out, I don't know. Let us know. It sounds like, police are involved. NHRA is involved. And this is just crazy. This is racing, guys. I know it's serious. We have a lot of money and time invested in it, but to threaten danger on somebody because they're going fast, I think it's a lot easier for you to maybe just lobby to the NHRA to change a horsepower rule or an AHFS rule, okay, than to do something this crazy. I mean, I can't even believe this. Now, I know that this is actually not totally uncommon. I've heard threats on tech officials before for changing rules. As I was at PRI last year, I heard a story on that. Threats to like Lonnie Grimm, I believe, and his staff because of a rule change last year. So this is like insanity to me. And I mean, I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm even talking about this right now. So I'll try not to, Ernie, but stay safe, will you, pal? Doug Deck, how you doing, buddy? Tracking the local weather, so many unknowns, right? Doug, I think's heading to St. Louis this weekend. We got a race at Divisional in Virginia this weekend. Forecast is wreaking havoc left and right, dude. Venice Perno, there he is. He's not Vince Perno. He's Venice Perno. And Venice Perno's sister actually made this rug hook for me. It's pretty cool. So that is all like threads right there. Amazing. I still can't even draw a stick figure. I'm just so jealous of anybody that has artistic ability. Thank you, Venice. And be sure to thank your sister. Bill Kennedy, there he is. Big winner he's batting 1,000 at Maple Grove Raceway. How cool is that to bat 1,000 at 2 races at a track like Maple Grove where, 100 cars show up in your class every time you go? That's pretty cool. Ray Thurston's here. It's past his bedtime and he's here. How about that? Oh, Ray, we welcome you with open arms, my man. Thanks for tuning in. Get some good gas mileage if you do try to go to the races this weekend. Fuel Factor X, increase your fuel mileage. The link is in the notes for you to purchase the product. Doug Deck will tell you he's been getting really good gas mileage with it. I've been doing really well with it in my motorhome. My motorhome's a V10 gas-powered motorhome. If you got diesel motorhome, it'll work at diesel or gas. So check it out. I don't know where Tom Baker is. If anybody knows where Tom is, somebody text him, get him on the phone, and tell him to get in here. We miss him. Kenwood Welding and Metallizing. We got Rocket Man Race Coatings. Guys, get your pistons coated, rings coated, oil pump gears coated, things like that. Less friction means more horsepower and less temperature as well. So Rocket Man Race Coatings, you can go to rocketmancoatings.com. They can get you set up. We got a new sponsor today, Fine Line Hot Rods out of Denton, Texas. They're specializing in classic cars and race car fabrication. FineLineHotRods.com. Also a dealer in Holly, Braille batteries, Go Lithium batteries, and a multitude of other things. If you need to pick up some stuff for your race car, they can help you out. Double O Green Hand Cleaner. That's Ashton Hudson. You can get it on Amazon. It's a contingency sponsor right there. So, and you get paid fast. Somebody else was just telling me how fast they got paid by Ashton Hudson. So we appreciate that. Thank you, Ashton Hudson. He makes this soap. He's a doctor. He's a Comp Eliminator racer and a big proponent of the Comp Eliminator bonus fund. He's one of the sponsors of that as well, in addition to Roger Brogdon and a multitude of other sponsors. So Ashton Hudson, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Get it on Amazon or get it on ambyampersand.com. And we've got Bruce Fulper, who's in the house. He already commented tonight, PontiacEngines.com. Mr. Pontiac 428, Super Stocker. Founder of that combo. All right. Thanks for joining us, Bruce. Thanks for supporting the show. And whoa, we got a lot of people tonight. I love it. George Wright's even in the house. George Wright out of Motor City. We got Russ Abrams from Michigan as well. Michigan representing hard tonight. Rick Martin. How you doing, Rick? Thanks for tuning in. Zach Wolf. Always running into Zach at the race. Nice guy. Great to see him on here. Hope to see you soon, Zach. Maybe at the Dutch Classic. We got Darian Houston. Big crowd tonight. Absolutely. Gary Ewing. He wasn't at the Nationals at Maple Grove, which gave me confidence to try and go out there and run Super Stock G Automatic. Because if he was there, I'd have been in deep shit. Right? Gary, we miss you at the track in that beautiful Camaro. Travis Booth. There he is. Travis Booth. Boy, he's really running great this year in that Fox body Mustang he got from Steve Sullivan. That was a wise investment. Travis, shoot, I would have went heifers on that with you and let you drive it. We could have split the winnings. You could have made me some money this year. Mark Sargenti, there he is. He owns that silver Mustang behind me, the one we qualified number 1 in at the Keystone Nationals. Walter Gamble is saying, go Walt Walker. Got too many Walts here. I'm getting confused. Walter Gamble, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Ray Klotz, hello from the drought-stricken Ohio. So Ohio needs rain, and North Carolina is getting plenty of rain. So let's see if it kind of makes its way up there, right? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. And leave Ernie alone. Truer words never spoken there, Bruce. And truer words never spoken by Walt Walker. Hit the like button. Hit like, share, and subscribe. Threats were emailed to the NHRA. Nothing to us. Okay. All right. I wasn't aware. I thought it said that threats were emailed to you, but threats were made on you, but they were sent to NHRA is what you're saying. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Add weight and change class, right? That's all you got to do. If you're afraid of that Superstock P Automatic Caprice, just add some weight and change the class, right? Oh my goodness. All right. Comments are still flying in, but I got to get to some announcements. All right. So this week, like they said, the St. Louis race, it sounds like it's still going on. They gave you extra time to withdraw if you were still indecisive. You're trying to check the forecast. I believe it closed today, though. But I bet you if you really, needed to, I bet you they would be kind of lenient. It sounds like Michelle Saradsky, I never really knew how to say her last name. They're being pretty lenient for this race this week. And they're pretty lenient all year, if you ask me, when it comes to the entry list and withdrawing. And, that's a story for another time. But in this case, definitely. So if you are in, good luck. I hope it doesn't rain out because I know people want to stay there. We got a double divisional there next weekend after the national event, right? So, I mean, that usually draws a big crowd, that double divisional. Last year you had to qualify. It was like 140 stockers and you had to make the field. And that was crazy. And Rochelle T-Bear won, if I remember correctly, in Stock Eliminator. The Virginia Lucas Oil Divisional Series. So they decided today that, yes, they are going to run it. That is my last D1 event of the year for points. However, I don't think I'm going. I don't want a chance going down there in the rain. It's kind of a far drive. And I am 8th in Stock Eliminator. I would like to finish in the top 10. I finished in the top 10 the last 3 years, at least, in 3 different cars. But I don't know if it'll happen this year. I've hit 5 events, though, so hopefully nobody gets around me and I can just finish in 8th or something and say that I was top 10 again. Who knows? But don't think I'm going to get there this week. I'll be at the Dutch Classic in October, and I hope all of you will be there as well. What else? How about Ford Performance, title sponsor of the Vegas National event coming up in October? That is Nevada Nationals. Yeah, October 30th, Halloween till November 3rd. Ford Performance. Now, this is a big deal because I can't remember the last time Ford was a title sponsor of an event. Ford really hasn't been heavily involved in the drag racing scene since they were coming out with the Cobra Jets and big into that, but they really haven't put a whole lot behind Holbrook and any of the Cobra Jet racers that I've noticed in a while, and definitely haven't sponsored any events. I can't remember like a Ford Nationals in a while. So this sounds like a big step. I don't understand what they're thinking is here. I don't know why the change of heart all of a sudden, but I like it. And one thing about Ford, they never stopped the contingency program for us, even though they were kind of light on the, they were kind of jetted out of pro stock. I don't think they're really, I don't know what their deal is with the fuel cars, the nitro cars anymore. They were involved with the Cobra Jets and bringing back, the muscle car era again in 2008. And that lasted until Jesse Kershaw kind of departed, but they never stopped paying contingency. And I appreciate that. Even for us old cars, if I win a national event in my 65 Mustang, I get $500 from Ford. And if I runner up, I get like $250 or something like that. And divisionals, we get $300 to win and $100 to runner up, whereas all the other divisional sponsors pay like $150. And if we win class, Ford gives us at least $100. So Ford's been pretty cool at supporting us sportsman racers this whole time, I must say. But I'm glad to see them as a title sponsor. I hope that means good things are on the horizon. I hope they all realize that this electric vehicle stuff was just too much, too quick, too fast. And we need to use a little common sense with this. Internal combustion engines probably going to be around for a long time. We might as well crank out a couple more muscle cars. Chevy, I hope you think twice about, nixing the Camaro for the rest of your lives. And Dodge, I hope you guys come around as well. So good news out of the Ford camp. I'm excited about that. Bill Kennedy, Bobby, thanks, man. You got it, buddy. You got it. You better tone it down if you're racing against me, though. That's all I'm saying, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm going to be back in Superstock one of these years. There he is. Tom Baker's here. All right. Did we see him earlier? We might have saw him earlier. Sorry, Tom. Good to see you, buddy. Michael Borst, fingers crossed for VMP. Are you going to go there, Mike? You going to check it out? Hopefully. It was so hot in Tulsa. I know it. I called Walt before he went, and I was like, dude, you're looking at like 95, 96 degrees every day. I don't know how you're going to do it. I can't do it. I did it at Virginia. I did it at Lebanon Valley. I did it at New Media. I did it at Indy. I didn't race at Indy, but I was there. I was like, I don't know how that's 95, 96 every day. And Walt had to remind me that he lives in Texas and he sees that kind of weather pretty much every day. So it's really no big deal. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right. And he went out there and just killed it. So, Paula, let me know what happened with Mike. I think Mike, did he break something? Did he break the duster? Let me know what happened there. I think I saw you going down the track. I saw the CUDA going down the track. But I saw his opponent get a bye run in stock. So hopefully everything's all right. Super fast payment and great soap. That is Ambersand soap. That's that 00 green hand cleaner. And it smells really good. I'm telling you. It smells really good. Brad Smith, what's going on, Brad? Brad's got a sick, nasty Super Stock B stick, 427, 69 Camaro. I was hoping to see that thing in Virginia this weekend. Last year, he did a wheelie out past 60 foot, out almost to 330 before it came down. I think it was in third gear by the time it came down. That car was on display at PRI last year. Warren Monteith, how about that? Landon Emmons going to the final round at Tulsa. Absolutely. Isn't that amazing? I'm telling you, we're going to get to results soon. I just didn't know we were going to have such a big crowd tonight. Hang in there, buddy. I might comment on this situation if I don't get in trouble. Uh-oh. Don't get yourself in trouble. Not on my show. Pete Lanciers, there he is from San Diego. What's going on, Pete? Good to see you. I guess the Padres aren't on tonight. Who knows? All right, what else do we have? How about this? The Dutch Classic. I'm trying to get this kind of squared away here. I didn't want to ask Division I about it this weekend or, this week because I know they got a lot on their hands with the Virginia race, okay? And I know they're trying to decide what to do, if they're going to have it, if they're not going to have it. So the last thing they need to hear is me asking them about the Dutch Classic schedule. But I'm not a big fan of the Dutch Classic schedule right now because I'm not a fan of leaving Sunday as a rain date, okay? And starting the race a day earlier. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get the reasoning behind it. I don't get the strategy there as far as I don't think you're not saving any money, right? You're paying a staff to be there now on Wednesday instead of starting the race on Thursday. And you're making it harder on the racer who works, 9 to 5 or isn't retired. So as of right now, it sounds like the Dutch Classic is scheduled like this as of right now, and this could change. If you want to set a record or you want to do test and tune, that's on Wednesday, okay? Which to me is too early for a national open, okay? Indy starts on Wednesday, okay? This is a national open. This is not even a divisional. It's not even worth any points. But it is our Division 1 chance at class eliminations. Every division gets one chance at class eliminations in stock and super stock. This is it for Division 1. We used to have this at the Nationals at Maple Grove. We used to have it at the Nationals in Epping. National event class has all but died at this point, except for Indy and JEG Sports Nationals, if you count those. But Division 1 is going to be a National Open, which brings up a couple different problems here, challenges, if you will. Now we have a crossbreed here between a National Open and a regular national event or divisional event for that matter. National Opens are random pairing first round. National events and divisional events are not. You're qualified off of the ladder. National Opens have time runs. National events and divisionals have qualifying runs. Class eliminations that are run for real, as they will be this time, need to have a qualifying ladder. So now, as I said, Wednesday is test and tune of records. Thursday is qualifying, or time runs, if you want to call it that. And Friday is class eliminations. You can't run class unless you're on the ladder. You can't get on the ladder now unless you're there on Thursday. This is posing a challenge for a lot of racers that really don't want to take off all those days for an open where we used to run class on Saturday and eliminations on Sunday. I used to get to the Dutch, run class Saturday, which would be like my time run, and then run the event Eliminator on Sunday. This is a drastic change from that format. So I'm kind of proposing to try and, if they really, really want to leave Sunday as a rain day, because right now we're running class on Friday and then eliminations on Saturday to completion and using Sunday as a rain date. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know what the racer consensus is, but if they give us at least that one time run Friday morning for the late arrivals to get on the qualifying sheet so that they can run class and they don't have to sit out the day on Friday, then that might help out. I'm afraid this new schedule is going to keep people away. I've spoken to a few racers that are like, you know what? I just don't think I can go. If I can't get there Thursday, I can't run class on Friday, and all I can do is run the Eliminator on Saturday without a time run. I just don't think I can go. And I don't want this race to have a low participation level. This race used to be dynamite, man. We used to get racers from all over the country come out for this race to set records and run class, even when it was just for a plaque. So I feel like if we get a low attendance here, Maple Grove's already kind of like, I don't know their feeling on this race to begin with, but I don't want them to say, hey, we didn't get that much attendance. Maybe this race isn't worth it for us or something like that. Okay. I want this race to be big and beautiful this weekend. All right. Or this October. So, let me know what you guys think. Comment and give me some thoughts. What do you think NHRA should do? Try to make it constructive. But my thought is if we can't, I don't want to ask for too much here. If we can't use Sunday for eliminations or part of eliminations, then a Friday morning time run to get everybody on the sheet and just kind of say you got to get there Friday to run class. I mean, that's I think the easiest fix. A Friday time run. That also gives people more time. If you set a record on Wednesday or Thursday, we don't know that you can't set records on Thursday. If you set one on Thursday, that might give you a little bit more time Friday morning to finish putting it back together. Or if you got it back together, that'll give you a chance to test it and make sure you put it back together correctly. And then go out and run class. So let me know what you guys think of all that. All right. Mike broke the duster. Not bad. He will be driving a Camaro. Bow tie Mike. Cliff Hinson, what's going on? I like the hoodie. Better look. Cliff Hinson's always ragging me for what I'm wearing, okay? He's always making fun of my V-necks. Now he's making fun of my hoodie. What else? Poor workers in the heat. My goodness. I don't know how they do it. Cliff Hinson. Keep sending blank messages. What's going on, Cliff? Jose Ramos, what's going on? How you doing? Cliff Hinson with another blank message. What's up? We have no opens in D7 that I'm aware of. There is one. There was one, and it was at Top Gun Raceway, if that's a D7 track, Paula. I don't really remember where that was, and I think only a handful of cars showed up. But I believe there was an open at Top Gun Raceway. Where's Top Gun Raceway at? If anybody remembers, let me know. Because the green Roadrunner, Chuck, what's his name? 446 pack. Green, beautiful car. Did an interview on him. I know Ray Thurston would know his name. He won it. D5 qualifies as at national opens and first round is laddered. Yeah, I think we should go back to that in Division One, or I think we should do that for the Dutch. Honestly, I mean, let's qualify. Let's make this a real deal event at this point. Happy Tuesday in MCA results. Runner up Jim Cakel was 106 on the tree. Dennis Hillman was 048. Hillman was 003 above his dial, and my dad broke out getting there, taking 013 stripe. Thank you, Rodney. I know you sent that to me, and I forgot to put that in the notes for today. So I'm glad we got that out there. Hillman won, and Jim Cakel was runner-up. Fallon, Nevada. Thank you, Troy Olsenowski. All right, I appreciate that. Chuck Stubeck. That's it. I got to get that Previge in. Maybe that'll help me out, right? Thank you, and thank you. And I love Chuck's car. Former cop, Sunset Boulevard cop. Go talk to Chuck Stubeck next time you see him. He's got some stories. He's got some real cool stories. He had to escort Johnny Cash one day, like provide protection for him into a record store or something like that. I'm sure he's dealt with a lot, like the Viper Room where Rivers Phoenix passed away. Chuck was probably on the scene for that one. So yeah, cool guy, cool car, and lots of cool stories. All right, what else do we got out there? What else? All right, let me know what you think about that Dutch Classic schedule. All right, let's get to some results. We were in Charlotte this past weekend, so it was the Zmax. It's race number 2. It's race number 2. It doesn't really, in my opinion, draw as big a crowd as race number 1 does back in, when was that? April for the 4-wide. So I'm not really sure why this race is. I don't know. I know it's on the schedule for a good reason. Like Mooresville, North Carolina, there's a lot of pro teams probably love it, but geez, that Friday night pro qualifying session looked dismal. The stands were like empty. It was kind of sad to see. So I hope they can do something about this race, make it cool, make spectators actually want to come to it. They put sportsman qualifying on Thursday this year and gave them 2 hits. And then Friday was first round of eliminations. Jeffrey Bragg was a number 1 qualifier in factory stock E. That's a 2023 Camaro, 994.9 on a 1095. He was 1 second under the index. Congratulations, Jeffrey. How about that heads-up final round between Tim Barrett and Kenny Anderson, G-Stock Automatic, both drivers. I know them both very well. Barrett's got a yellow 69 Camaro. It's actually an original Z28 car. He's got the Z28 drivetrain sitting in the basement, and he's got a 350 255 combination in the car right now and an automatic transmission. Kenny Anderson's got a 69 Nova with a 350 cubic engine in there. Kenny Anderson, retired Florida firefighter. Don't know if he moved out of Florida or not. He might have moved up to North Carolina or Georgia or somewhere where it's, I don't know, closer to the action and probably really cheap to live. But how about this heads-up final? Tim Barrett's 063 on the tree and runs a 1092 at 119 miles an hour. Kenny Anderson's 046 on the tree, runs an 1109 at 117 miles an hour. I'm going to assume both drivers were in it all the way. Congratulations, Tim Barrett, on your first national event win. Tim's been having a great couple years here. He's qualified number 1. He's won class. He's won the event. I think he pulled off a trifecta at the Baby Gators a few years ago. I think he won another divisional after that. And this is his first national event win. And they kind of went against the schedule here. I was out Saturday night. I thought I was done watching Sportsman for the day. And Sunday morning, I got up and checked the comments and saw that they were in the final. So the schedule that they put out did not have the semifinal on Saturday on the schedule, but they ran the semifinal Saturday night. For some reason, I don't know, because the weather was beautiful on Sunday, and I don't understand why they couldn't give them a semifinal and a final on Sunday. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of just the final on Sunday. And I'll tell you who else probably wasn't a fan of it in about a minute. Let's move it into Superstock. Troy Huntsberry, Superstock Automatic, was a number 1 qualifier in an 87 Camaro. It's a 971 on a 1070. He was 98 under the index. And in the final round, we had Logan Bellinger in an 88 Firebird GTK Automatic and Monty Bogan in a 92 Camaro Superstock B modified stock, who's been in plenty of finals this year. And he's been runnering up in most all of them for some reason. But Logan Bellinger had a semifinal bye run. And if I was him, I'd have been a little ticked off that we had to run the semifinals on Saturday night instead of Sunday morning. But I would have liked that Sunday morning semifinal buy run while the other two racers in Superstock are going at it and not sure what they're going to dial. I'm getting a test run out of it. But I guess it doesn't matter. You go into Sunday and both drivers are green at that point. And Logan actually was 017 on the tree, dialed a 1021, and ran a 1028 because Monty Bogan was 013 red. Monty Bogan popped it red and runnered up in yet another race this year. I think that's like, geez, I don't know, 4 or 5 runner-ups this year for Monty Bogan. It's amazing to be in that many final rounds, though. He's a phenomenal driver. But he was dialed 922. He coasted to an 11-second run. But Logan Bellinger, though, with the 017 in the final round, he's a young guy, and he went for it in that GTK Automatic 88 Firebird of his. And he had some good lights along the way. He was 13, 33, 39. He took out a Warner brother, took out Marion Stevenson, was 25 in his buy run, and then 17 in the final. Monty Bogan took out Herbie Knoll, Jeff Longany, took out a Warner brother, took out Dave Thomas, and Monty's lights were killer, man. He's 20s and 00. He was 47 against Greg Gay in the semifinal round, and then he popped it red there in the final. So Logan Bellinger got his first national event win. Tim Barrett got his first national event win. And congratulations to both of you. I'm hoping that that heads-up final is on TV and we get some coverage on it. I like to see it. Tim Barrett stands his car up, does nice wheelies. That's always good for us. Kenny Anderson's car is a beautiful, beautiful silver Nova. That's always good for us. Hashtag the car show all around. We love it. Thank you guys for doing it for us. All right, let's get some more comments. They're flying in. They could make the first round of Class a qualifying run on Friday. I suggested that already, but was told that this is real class. Because I said C1 is a qualifying run. Class eliminations round 1 is counted as a qualifying run. So why not just let them come in and run class? Well, that messes the class ladder up, or they're not on the ladder for class. So then I said, well, at a divisional, when somebody shows up late or we have shortened qualifying, they just get thrown in at the bottom of the ladder. So I said, how about the late arrivals just get thrown in at the bottom of the ladder in their class? So if there were like 5 B stock automatics and 2 more rolled in, those 2 will have to get thrown in at the bottom. And that does mess with a sportsman ladder. And you wouldn't really know. I don't know how you would determine who, if 2 guys come in, who goes here and here, or do they go here and here? Because I guess it's the order in which they showed up. I don't know. So it just, I think to eliminate that confusion was thinking time run Friday morning. Now, you also got to remember that class eliminations goes a little quicker than actual Eliminator eliminations, because any class that has 2 cars in it, let's say there's 2 K stock automatics and 2 M stock automatics or whatever. Some of them cars in those classes, there's only like 2 cars. As soon as they run first round, they're done. You got a winner and a runner-up, and they don't come back anymore. So that's 2 less cars that are coming back in the next round. So class eliminations isn't exactly cut in half every time. It can be more than that. You could get 100 cars showing up for the first round and only like 40 cars showing up for the second round. So I think it goes faster, and there aren't usually that many other there aren't that many .90 cars. There aren't that many of the other categories. They brought in 850 index, I think, maybe last year or something like that, but it should go pretty smoothly. So I think they have the time, even in October at Maple Grove, to get class in, as best they can. All right. And to finish it. If it doesn't finish on Friday, finish it on Saturday. Right. And then start eliminations when it's time to start eliminations. Class is honestly going to be more important to most of the stock and super stock racers at this event than the Eliminator is. I guarantee it. Okay. You want the Wally. You want, you're going to get money too. You're going to get contingency for class. Winning the Dutch Classic, and I've done it twice. There's a couple trophies here. You get like $2,000. There's no contingency money. It's not the biggest deal in the world. It's an honor to win it. It used to be a historic race, and I hope it becomes one again. But I think winning class at the Dutch is going to be a big deal this year, especially with no AHFS. Okay, this is going to be like a mini Indy. So we'll see how it goes. I am late. Red light it. No, Don, you're 2:30 on the tree right now. But thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. We appreciate your support. Michael Borst, second. I don't know. That probably is from an old comment, so I don't know what you're talking about right there. You're going to have to elaborate. Didn't Tim win in a national in the Midwest? I don't think it was a national. I think he won a divisional. So that's what you're saying. I think it's his first national event win. Hello, Perry Ford. How you doing? Bobby and the Gearheads. TV time is what it sounds like from WFO, so they have to meet the windows for FS1. Now, Jason Galvin did come on and explain this when I posted about the Maple Grove Nationals and fixed this. I said I fixed the schedule because I moved things around. And he came on and was commenting and saying that the TV time, they have to meet these certain deadlines, and the pros, they don't really want sports. From what he was saying, they don't really want sportsman cars on the track on Sunday unless the track is marginal and it could help them. It sounds like they don't really want sportsman cars on the track before the pros on Sundays. I don't know. I spoke to a crew chief for the pros, and he said, no, we've never really said that. So I don't know who to believe. But the crew chief I spoke to was in this class of the pros, whereas maybe these classes of the pros don't want sportsmen on the track. Who knows? I don't know. TV time is very important there. They got to hit a window. If it's 4 o'clock, they got to end that show by 4 o'clock because NFL football is coming on and you're not competing with that. There was no radio ads advertising the Zmax National in my area. Let folks know about the race and they will come. Yeah, that race, I don't know. The race just doesn't do anything for me, honestly. Tim Barrett, there he is. You got it, buddy. Congratulations. Congratulations. I don't want to take anything away from what Tim Barrett just did. I'm just saying the second Zmax National event, I don't ever go to it. If I've ever gone to Zmax, it was always the first one, just because, I don't know, I guess I'm more excited at the beginning of the year. Talk about maybe changing it to that kind of schedule for sportsmen and said maybe could feature the finalists and sportsmen and the driver intros on Sunday. That would be so cool. That would be freaking awesome. I want to petition for that. I'm going to ask for that. Thanks for bringing that up, Eddie. Eddie's big WFO fan, and he gets this kind of insider information. And let's not forget the fact that Eddie was in, I don't know if Iraq for the last year, came home, hit a couple bracket races toward the end of the season, qualified for the bracket finals for New Media Dragway, and then semi-finaled in the bracket finals. He was that close to possibly making it to Vegas, and that's Fast Eddie. Serves the country and then goes and semifinals at the bracket finals, and did all the filming for me at the Keystone Nationals a couple weeks ago. It was a grueling Sunday wait for our first national final, but well worth the wait. I bet, Tim, you had to wait around for, what'd you say, 22 hours between rounds to just race a final round. That's got to be tough too, just to race a final round. Wyatt Wagner did that when he won the U.S. Nationals last year or whatever. Final round. That's it. You got to wait around till Monday to run a final round. You got to have a dial on the window. You got to hope that you're seeing the tree the same way you saw it the day before if you were killer on the tree, or you got to hope that you're seeing it different than you did the day before if you were lousy on the tree. It's just every day's first round at a national event. I love it and hate it at the same time, but it's a chess game. It's a challenge, right? It's not a one-day bracket race. You got to be on every day. All right, let's see. Let's go to Tulsa. Tulsa. We had a double there. Anybody watch the Tulsa race on YouTube or NHRA TV? It was like the scoreboard on the left side was showing all zeros. The scoreboard on the right side was like off by a full second. The lights on the tree were like not lighting up. It was a little dusty, we'll say. And but I'm glad they were able to race him when the racers weren't too affected by it. But maybe fix that up next time. You're going to have an event. I really want these things. I want these events to look as professional as possible, and these tracks to look as professional as possible, especially when we're out trying to spread the word and share the links to the YouTube, the live TV on our pages. And I don't want somebody that I'm trying to persuade to get into this to see that and be like, dude, this just looks second rate. All right. So tracks, do your best. I know it's hard. I know everything's expensive right now. Just do the best you can. Just try to take care of some of the little things. All right. Number one qualifier, Bob Vogel, K-Stock Automatic, 81 Malibu. He's from up this way, but now he lives in Texas. He qualified with an 1163 on a 1265. That's flying, especially in that heat down there. But how about Cooter? Jimmy Hidalgo Jr., man, this kid, ice cold, ice water in this kid's veins, man. 2004 GTO, E-Stock Automatic, going up against Danny Rucker, 69 Camaro. E-stock automatic as well. And that was a heads up final, right? One of the easier ones for Jimmy. Jimmy ran a 1096 on the 1170, only went 101 miles an hour. Danny was, he was only a 10th under the index, 1156 on the 1170 index. So Jimmy gets an easy win there. It's his 23rd divisional event win. Congratulations, Danny Rucker, though, getting all the way to the final round in a 6-round race. That's always tough, right? 60 cars were on the property there in stock Eliminator. Congratulations, Jimmy Hidalgo. Moving into Superstock now, Jeff Dona makes the trip down to Tulsa, Superstock H automatic, and qualifies number 1 because every point counts here, and he wants that first round bye. There were 41 cars in Superstock, so why not get it? And he's got room to do it, and he's got the car to do it. It's a 98 Firebird, Superstock H automatic, 947 on a 1060 index. He was 112 under. Made sure he was number 1 qualifier and got that first round bye. However, he did not make it to the final round. He lost in the second round to Riley Spear, who was in the final round against Cooter Hidalgo. So Jimmy gets out of the stocker, gets in the super stock, G automatic, 99 Firebird, and shows up for another final round. He 029 on the tree, runs a 989 on a 990. Riley Spear in the J automatic, 98 Firebird. 1027 Dahl runs a 1024. She breaks out with an 043 light, giving Jimmy Hidalgo his 24th divisional event win. So he just made 23rd. He just won his 23rd, 10 minutes prior, and gets in the car and wins his 24th in Superstock. So that's how good this kid is, man. I'm telling you. And then what does he do? He comes out and qualifies number 1 in Stock Eliminator at race 2. So I guess there was a first round bye to be had there. Not sure how many cars were at race 2. There were 60 at race 1. But if Jimmy goes to the number 1 spot, I'm assuming there were an odd number of cars. He's not foolish. He knows how to protect his combo and win races and go fast when he needs to. So 1076 on 1170 was 93 under in that E-Stock Automatic 04 GTO. But how about the young Landon Emmons squaring off against Parker DeVore? So young Landon Emmons, we'll say. So this race didn't finish, by the way. This is the semifinal. Landon Emmons is in a 69 Camaro. He's part of the Emmons family. A-Stock Automatic. He races against Parker DeVore in a 77 Plymouth Valari I-Stock Automatic. The winner of that gets the winner of Jeff Heffler and Steven Zorni in the final round. So Landon beats Parker DeVore. Jeff Heffler is in a 16 Cobra Jet. He usually runs a 55 Chevy in Superstock, but I believe his wife is running that. Excuse me. So a factory stock A Cobra Jet, and he went up against Steven Zorni in the K-Stock Automatic 2002 Dodge Dakota. This kid is really good in this truck. Think about it. A truck and stock eliminator sounds a little challenging to me. This kid makes it happen, man. And he was 025 there and ran a 1216 on a 1212 at 98 miles an hour. I'm having a feeling he might have given that one back, but Heffler was 016 and ran 883 on an 880. Getting chased by an 880 car when you're going 1216 is no easy task. All right. So in the final round, we got Landon Emmons. 16-year-old Landon Emmons is going to race against Jeff Heffler. This is going to be continued in Dallas. All right. In Superstock, let me see, race number 2. Jeff Dona again went to the number 1 spot to get those points and get that number 1, that first round bye, right? Superstock H automatic, 98 Firebird, 951 on a 1060. He was 108 under the index, getting that first round bye. However, he did not make it to the semifinal round. Charlotte Heffler and Hayden Trumbull did, okay? As did Walt Walker. Walt Walker was the beneficiary of a competition bye. So Walt's in a GTL Automatic 87 Camaro. He made his way through the field. He had to take out Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. first round. Imagine that, rolling around and seeing that your first round opponent is the guy that just won in both classes yesterday. Well, you know what? We're going to talk about this round because Walt did such an amazing job. He was 022 and dead on 0 against Jimmy Hidalgo and pushed Cooter out and forced him to break out. So congratulations, Walt, on that. We're going to congratulate you on that first round victory because it's Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. and he's tough. But Walt shows that he's tough as well. So Walt wins 5 rounds, gets that bye run, is ready to come around for the final, I guess, but it starts raining. Charlotte Heffler and Hayden Trumbull had a heads-up semifinal round. This was a cool round. Factory GTC. Charlotte Heffler's in a 55 Chevy. Hayden Trumbull's in a 67 Camaro. They're both factory GT motors, meaning they're both late model Copo engines. Actually, I believe they're both 427 cubic inch Copo engines out of like 2012 that year. But this was a hell of a race here. Charlotte was 032 on the tree. Hayden was 013. He gave it everything he could. Charlotte beat him by 15 thousandths of a second down there. She went 946 at 141 miles an hour. Hayden went 949 at 141 miles an hour. There was nothing else Hayden could do. He lost by 15 thou. He had a 13 thousandths reaction time. He needed Charlotte to be a little bit late on the tree, and she wasn't. So Charlotte and Walt Walker are going to square off in a final round. They're going to run this at Dallas in a couple weeks. So the Dallas divisional starts on a Monday. It's like a Monday, Tuesday divisional, and then the national starts on Wednesday. I will be there Wednesday. I'm hoping I don't miss too much on Wednesday because they weren't supposed to race on Wednesday when I booked the flights, but they changed that up, and I believe they're going to start qualifying on Wednesday. So they just keep changing these schedules mid-season. I don't know why, but congratulations, Walt and Charlotte and Landon and Jeff Heffler. We're looking forward to 2 great final rounds in a couple weeks. All right. And what else? We had Midwest Class Racers at Brainerd. The winner was Dwayne Davis on Saturday over Marlene Nelson. And the Go Lithium gift card went to Jordan Juergens. Sunday, the winner was Tony Henderson. That's like a 65 Corvette stick car, right? And runner-up was Kelly Rutz. So congratulations. The next time they race will be, I believe, this weekend, Division 5 National Open in Kearney, Nebraska. So looking forward to that. What else do we have this weekend? Well, we already said we got St. Louis National Event. Hopefully the weather holds out. We've got the Division 1 event in Virginia Motorsports Park. Hopefully the weather holds out. Not a big fan of those 2 events going on at the same time because St. Louis is here, Virginia is here, and even though they're about, 10, 11 hours apart, if you live here, where the heck do you go? If you need some divisional points, you got to go to Virginia. If you got, you want to race a national event, you go to St. Louis, and then maybe stay there and run the divisional event after that. So I think both of them are taking away from the other one. Not the best case scenario, right? All right. 22 hours, that's nothing. Oh, Walt. He's so clever. Walt, how many hours do you have to wait now for your final round? Do the math. Yeah, it was a bit goofy to watch the Tulsa race. Cooter put on a clinic out there, though, and that was fun to watch. Sure was. Absolutely. Walt Walker. Anybody's got cars for Walt Walker to drive, let him know. Right, Tom? Tom, let Walt drive that redheaded stepchild of a Duster you got. Actually, no. Tom's doing great in the Duster this year, so I don't think he's going to want to give it up. But who knows? Maybe next year. Don Kennedy, racers chasing the championship, spending a huge amount of expense money only to win a $10,000 championship. That's an insult to the racers by the NHRA. Well, it is $10,000 to win the championship in stock Eliminator and $15,000 to win a championship in super stock. I don't go for that anymore. I know 100 years ago, stock was probably like an entry-level class, but at this point in time, most of the stockers out here cost more than most of the other categories. And I do think we need to at least even that out. You still only get $1,500 to win a national event in stock, whereas you get $1,800 to win in like all the other Lucas Oil categories. I think that needs to, like, can we throw stock a bone and give them the $300 at this point? Like, is it, like, if I was NHRA, I would at least do that and make it look like I'm doing you guys a huge favor. All right. Like, look what we're doing. We're going to give you guys $1,800 from $1,500. See, we care. But yeah, I think that's an easy fix, right? I've done payout calculators before. I mean, if you guys want me to bring them back out, I will. Yeah, you got it, Walt. Walt's killer. Wear the shirt. I love to be in final rounds. Walt, we got to get you one of those. Absolutely. All right. Do I have any other announcements that I forgot? Because sometimes I do that. I don't think I did. So let's go over the points real quick. See if the points are updated. How about Joe Sorensen, man? He's still number 1. Cooter has now moved into 2nd place. He's bumped Travis Booth into 3rd place. Cody Phillips is in 4th place. Cody was in Zmax trying to up his points total there. And Jared Jordan is in 5th place. That's in stock eliminator. Jeff Dona is still in 1st place here. 611 points. Logan Bellinger has moved into 2nd place. How about that? Brad Burton in 3rd. Monty Bogan is in 4th. And Pete Diagnola is in 5th. That's in super stock. All right. Divisional. Shane Oakes is first in Division 1 stock. Pete Diagnola, super stock. Division 2 is Cody Phillips in stock. Monty Bogan in super stock. Division 3, Travis Booth in stock. Jeff Dona in super stock. Division 4 is Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. in stock. Jimmy Hidalgo Jr. in super stock. How about that? Division 5, Jim Parsons in stock. Justin Jenkins in super stock. Division 6 is Joe Sorensen in stock. Ty Gaynor in super stock. Ty Gaynor, all of 16 or 17 years old. Jared Jordan in stock, Division 7, and Trey Vetter in super stock. All right. Next week, 7 days from today, everybody, Walt Walker and I, we're going to have our annual Jegs All-Star Preview episode. So make sure you tune in. It's going to be next Tuesday at our regularly scheduled 8:30 Eastern time. All right. So Walt and I are going to go do a rundown in stock and super stock and some of the other categories as well. Maybe we'll have a couple racers call in and give us their thoughts on the topic and see how they feel, see what they're thinking, looking forward to, see if they're on the road. Last year, a racer called us from a rest stop and called in. So it was pretty cool. As always, we will have Drag Insights stats. We're going to have Drag Insights make your picks. That is going to be going on for probably the next week, maybe right after that episode up until the event. Drag Insights is going to do the same thing they did last year. You make your picks, and if you do really well, you get a free Drag Insights subscription, premium membership. So things to look forward to. We had that on paper as well as a form that you did online. So you can do it either way. If you're at Dallas and it's last minute and you want to get them in, you can do them on paper or hurry up and try to get them in online. We're going to figure all that out. But, yep, we'll have stats for you to look at for the racers as well as a rundown of the racers and what we're looking forward to. And Stock Eliminator Jegs All-Stars looks to be pretty interesting, right? And that's all I'm going to say about that right now. So I can't wait. So next Tuesday, put it on your calendar. I'm sure it's on your calendar because you join me every Tuesday night at 8:30, and it's going to be amazing. All right, guys? So thank you for everybody tuning in tonight. Thank you to all the sponsors that support this show. We really appreciate you. And guys, be safe out there. Be safe if you're in a hurricane-prone area. Be safe if you're heading to the track. And good luck racing. Be safe while you're on the track. All right, guys? Thanks a lot. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good night. Take care.